Hoey said in the last few moments that Labour could end up losing thousands of voters over issues like immigration. I wonder if you think that the EU has become a proxy, if you like, for everything broken in a lot of people's lives, that divided country that Nick was talking about.
I certainly think, and this is the danger with referendums, I don't think this referendum has just been about Europe and the European Union. I think that a lot of the people who've been turning against in this debate, particularly in a lot of what are seen as traditionally Labour areas, are people who just feel that the financial crisis happened and the people who caused it got away with it and they didn't. They feel that there's too much division, there's too much inequality, that all they've had from this government who talk about this great economic miracle is actually austerity, austerity, austerity. And they're basically saying two fingers to the lot of you.
But Labour
and if we
knew
don't
all
listen
that,
to that,
didn't they? I mean, Labour's known this for years now. No, you saw the vote disappearing in the North East to UKIP.
And I also think that the Labour Party has to understand that we can't just sort of keep on with banging on the same old messages that have come out through this campaign. I think this is about the Labour Party has to be really careful about this because, and I said to you earlier, two things I said to you earlier. One is this is not over, and secondly, I'm really worried about this just becoming about the Tory Party and the Tory Party leadership. There's a real danger for Labour here as well, and we have to face up to the fact that large parts of the country are actually turning away from both of the main parties. And I think this referendum has unleashed all sorts of stuff. It's why I always thought it was a bad idea to have it. And that sounds arrogant. Don't let the people decide.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It more than sound arrogant.
No, I don't think it is arrogant. No, I
not
don't.
Consult the people on such a fundamental issue like this.
I've met
after
so
40
many people.
years.
I've met so many people around the place in the last few weeks saying, you've seen them in agony, having to make decisions that ultimately I think
democracy.
No, I want politicians to be elected and then lead. And we're in this position because of a lack of leadership and a lack of strategy.
Well, when you look at the leadership, every single leader except one has been on the Remain side.
Yeah, and I think Jeremy Corbyn gave a gift to the Leave campaign on Sunday when he said there was no upper limit on immigration from the European Union. And Alastair is right about the austerity factor, the fact there is a global revolt against the existing capitalist system. But I think Labour have underestimated how concerned the working class vote is about the lack of control over immigration.
More concerned than that, Tim, than, I mean, you and I have looked at that graph of the pound literally falling off a cliff.
Yeah.
Not literally, but falling off a cliff, factoring in a 40% leave tomorrow.
But people look at that and they think this is just markets making money. So, you know, we've given this kind of... The bookies and the markets have been telling us what's going to happen.
So the economic argument actually never got through.
No, the economic argument, I think, did get through. But for a lot of these people, they heard everybody talking about we're going to lose this great economic success that we've got, but they're not feeling that economic success now.
And also, you know, these are the same people who... Remember the Queen's famous question to the economists? Why didn't you see the crash happen? You know, we've had the economists and the establishment wrong about Iraq war, wrong about regulation of Wall Street, wrong about immigration, wrong about...
right to say the British public don't need experts.
Well, there is a problem.
They need political leaders.
There is a problem we have at the moment, is that those powers that be, those established authorities, aren't trusted by at least half of the country.
Thank you both very much. David.